Hey everybody, how you doing? Mark here with Missy. You can see her there in front of me. And today what we are doing is we are going to finish off the Military Ridge Trail. So I am here at Ridgeway. This is where I ended the last time, and the Badger Mart gas station is right through the trees over there in front of me. So we're going to walk through Ridgeway and head ourselves down into Dodgeville, which is the end of the trail. Now, last time I really screwed up on the mileage. It was just horrible. It really was. My plan was to go to Barneveld and stop there, and I thought that was going to be like 7.5 miles. Ended up being only 4 miles. So then it's like, well, maybe I didn't calculate it right, and I was supposed to come down here to Ridgeway, and that was supposed to be my 7.5 miles. Nope, that was like 9.5 miles. So yeah, I completely screwed that up. But this is going to be Missy's longest hike, so we'll see how she does. Up to date, I think the most she's ever done in a single trip was 5.5 miles. And this is going to be 8.5 miles, 8.4 technically according to Google Maps. So there's a slightly better view of the park over there. Again, looks nice. Lots of playground equipment. Merry-go-round, slides, swings. Yeah, a lot of nice stuff. But here's the caboose train. There's steps right over here. So I wonder if you can actually get up and go in there. I don't want to waste the time because we've got so many miles to do. But yeah, I can see pictures inside the caboose. So yeah, you must be able to do something in there. I just don't know what. I have no idea what this place is. Maybe a little bit of a history museum for the city. Again, I'm looking into the windows to see what I can see. And I thought I saw something that kind of looked like a historical placard display type thing, you know, that you can read. As you can tell, this used to be a train station. It looks like there's a little stage there, picnic tables and stuff inside this little concession stand area. Oh, that's another ball field back there too. So there's 2 ball fields here. A couple of volleyball courts. Wow. Oh, and this whole building here, that's restrooms I just noticed. Nice, nice. And basketball courts up here yet too. Oh, well, I'm coming up to my first mile marker, but I don't see a number on it. It just says mile. I can't remember how far we've gone. Yeah, the number plaque is actually missing off of that post. Will I get lucky and find it on the ground? Doesn't look like it. Missy's kind of being a pain in the butt. She's real excited to be out walking and stuff, and this is a brand new trail for her and everything, so she just wants to explore everywhere. Okay, well, it looks like we're pretty much out of Ridgeway already. I think we're going to go past our last couple of houses here, and then we'll be out in the country. Now, for like the first 4 miles, after we get outside of town here, the path is pretty much going to be open. Not a lot of, trees going across, giving us shade and stuff. It's just going to be really open, walking right along Highway 12 and 18. So a lot of traffic noise and stuff. But then after about that 4 miles, I think the trail gets more overgrown with the trees and stuff to give us more shade. And it should be that way until we get down into Dodgeville. Cool, guys. There's a old telephone pole there, electrical pole, whatever you want to call it. I always enjoy seeing those things. I really do. Okay, so we are definitely outside of Ridgeway. Right up on top of the ridge over there is Highway 12 and 18. So yeah, a few semi-trucks have already gone by. I don't know if you guys can see all the grasshoppers that have been flying around. But now we're going to go up this little hill, and you might be able to see past the hill. There's not a whole lot of trees. I'm seeing a lot of blue sky up there. So it's going to be a nice warm walk now. Missy's starting to calm down a little bit, but not too much. She kind of just meanders around the path. Sometimes she'll start walking in front of me just like that. And then I accidentally kick her, and then she's like, what did I do? Yeah, look at this. Look how open it is. The sun is to my left, and there's not a lot of big trees on that side of me. Well, something I am noticing is that there's areas of blacktop through here. So I don't know if this was once paved, you know, for people to have an easier time with, or if they were trying to consider to turn this into a road. I don't know. That biker up there, that's the second person I've seen in like the last 5 minutes. I really thought this part was going to be pretty much deserted. Okay guys, look at that. Got a nice little bench here to sit on. I have no idea what the little crests on the back of the benches mean. I don't know what they represent. Maybe Cub Scouts or something like that. I have no idea. I mean, maybe they're actual military patch designs. I really don't know. But nice to see a little covered bench to use. I mean, you'd have to sit on the other side to really get any shade, at least right now. Now I don't even have the trees on my right. It is wide open now. But look at the view. Look at that view. I mean, fields. Got a nice big farm coming up here. I don't know if you guys can hear the motors, but they're coming from the smaller gray stacks. And what they're doing is they're drying their grain, most likely corn. They put them in those bins and they blow air through it to dry out the corn, get it ready for milling. Okay, so a lot of people will say that because Missy's tongue is hanging out, she's overheating and tired and hot, and she should take a break. And trust me, she's cooling off. She's doing pretty well. It is hot today, but it's only around 80 degrees. But she's panting well. She's not frothing at the mouth. She can control her tongue. It's not drooped off to a side or something. So those to me are the telltale signs of her getting overheated, is when she cannot control her tongue and it just flops to one side or the other. But right now she's doing really well. She's enjoying her day. As you can see, she's calmed down considerably. So yeah, we're just gonna keep going. I have not seen any other mile markers or anything. So I have no idea how far we've actually gone, and because that first mile marker wasn't listed, I don't know when we started. That view through the phone lines is pretty nice though, isn't it? Got that nice view through the valley. Alright, here we are going through the rock cut. That's cool. I like how if you look real close you can see the dividing lines between layers. After we crossed Ridgeview Road, this is a newer limestone covering, just a really nice fine crushed limestone. So yeah, this is actually quite nice. A little bit better than that dilapidated blacktop that I was walking on before. I couldn't tell if it was supposed to have been graveled or blacktop. It was that bad. But again, as you can see, I still have not reached any shade trees at all. But I'm starting to get a nice view off to my right here. Oh yeah. You can see across the valley over to the next ridge. That's cool. Wow, check it out, guys. We went right back to solid blacktop. Holy cow. And it just happened right back there. Came around the top of this little hill and there it was, just all asphalt. Keep it on the road there, buddy. All right, a mile marker sign with the marker on it, 33 miles. But the other thing is, I don't know if that was mile marker 32 that I saw back down the trail, or if it was 31. All right, this is Missy's little water dish. Hold on, girl. And it doesn't come out until I start opening up the bottle a little bit and getting the bubble flow. You see inside of there, there's a little bit of that white stuff in there that's ice. So, all right, put this down so she can drink. She'll probably drink half the bottle. I don't think she really had anything to drink before we left the house. And it's also cold water, so she'll like that a lot. Oh, that might have got you guys. So Missy and I finished our break back there in the shade. Nice little spot too, I gotta tell you. I drank down a 20-ounce bottle of water. Plus I also ate a peach. That was actually my first peach of the year. I did look at the Google Maps real quick, just to verify in my head how far we went. And we have gone over 2 miles. We were at 2.3. Look at all these yellow flowers. I don't know what they are. I don't know if those are daisies or pansies or what they are. But there have been so many wild flowers, prairie flowers and stuff like that that they plant along the trails. You know how in my last hiking video I was sitting there telling you about thunderstorms that were rolling through and how I heard a crack? You know, it kind of reminded me of when the high school got struck by lightning. Well, another big thunderstorm happened this past week and another really loud crack. And sure enough, there was a house that got hit just like 4 blocks from our house. The house actually caught fire and everybody survived, luckily. And I have not been by the house to actually check it out. I just saw the news flash about it. Oh wow, look at this up here. A tunnel of trees. I don't know if that means that this is the start of the more shaded tree covered portion, or if it's just for a small distance and then it'll open back up. I don't know. But yeah, that looks nice up there, doesn't it? See some nice shadow going across the path. Now all I gotta do is get away from this damn highway. We are almost, well, I'm gonna say that this is the actual start of the tunnel of trees portion, I suppose I can call it. So we should have this growth of trees reaching over the trail for pretty much the rest of the hike. So, oh, and I got a mile marker coming up. So there you go, guys. Mile marker 34. That means we are 3 miles in. That's awesome. Now I want you all to know, and because I'm sure I'll get somebody that makes a comment, how can you take a dog on that long of a hike? You know, 8.5 miles. And it's because she's a bloodhound. When I was researching a dog that I wanted a tank. I wanted something that just goes and goes and goes. I don't want a dog that's super hyperactive, really fast, you know, and they just want to run. I didn't want that. Bloodhounds are a very active dog, but they're not a fast dog. You know, you get Missy running next to other dogs and she will be the slowest one of the bunch. But our regular hikes, just, you know, let's go outside and go for a walk, range anywhere between 3.5 and 4.5 miles. That's just our standard of what we do. I actually read an article about a bloodhound. It was a law enforcement animal, and they were tracking down a lost girl. and that Bloodhound had her scent locked in, and that Bloodhound just worked and worked and worked, and when they get that desire, they don't stop. You know, they said that they were having a hard time getting that dog to stop and sleep for the night and eat and drink, because when they get that drive, that's it. That's what they're doing. Anyway, that dog tracked that little girl for over 480 miles, and that dog found that little girl. That's impressive. When I saw that, I was like, oh, hell yeah. You know, I want a dog that can do 10-mile days, not run around for 30 minutes and then be completely exhausted the rest of the day. I wanted a dog that can get out on these trails with me and cover, you know, 5, 10, 15, maybe even 20 miles. That's what I want. That's what a Bloodhound is. As I was wrapping up that thought about the Bloodhounds and what I thought of them, oh, another biker coming. We pretty much have started to get away from Highway 12 and 18. Hi. Oh, that was that bicyclist I saw earlier today. Evans Quarry Road. Okay. So yeah, 1218 is way down over there. So we will be away from that highway noise for the rest of the hike. Yeah. I will be next to a county highway, but it's not going to be nearly as busy or as loud. Now that I'm away from the highway, I feel like I can actually have a conversation with you guys now. And the first thing I want to cover is Route 66. If you remember from my last hiking video, I told you that Jen is out. She cannot justify the expense of the car rental, gas, and her flight home, especially after all the problems we had with money and paying some unexpected bills and stuff. And she left it up to me on whether or not I was going to do Route 66. And I have decided I will not do Route 66. I can't justify going, spending a few $1,000s on a trip when I know that, you know, we could use that money to buy some new furniture or pay off a credit card or something like that instead. Put off Route 66 maybe for another year. So hopefully in 2023 we'll be able to do Route 66. But again, we'll have to wait and see. Now the thing is Jen's already gotten the time off from work because we really planned on doing the trip. So instead of doing Route 66 for 2 weeks, we are going to go camping. We got the new trailer, we need to use it. And we're actually going to take the dog along. So it'll be the first time she goes camping, so we'll see how she does. Being that that's only for 5 days, I am going to take probably about 4 days, maybe 5 days of that second week, and I'm going to go camping alone on the motorcycle. I plan on doing a bunch of rustic roads. I want to go up into Door County, and there's like 5 rustic roads up there. So just because we canceled Route 66 does not mean that we're not going to go out on having an adventure. We're going to have some fun. We really are. I have had a pretty rough year, especially on my dad's side of the family. My dad has lost all of his siblings now. My dad is the last of his family. Just a couple weeks ago, lost my Uncle Steve. Great guy, great guy. Sorry, I literally was just at the funeral the other day, and yeah, it hurts. He did not suffer long. He was not in a lot of pain, and he died at home. So that to me is nice. Holy cow. I just looked up. Crabapple tree up here. Got apples laying on the ground. A nice big apple right there. A bunch of them on the branch above it. Wow, that's a lot. Oh, good girl. Good girl, Missy. Potty break. Sorry about that, guys. She had to stop for a potty break. But I do the right thing. I pick it up, okay? You do not leave dog shit lying around. Pick it up. Take it out with the rest of your trash. Just like your wrappers and water bottles or soda bottles or whatever. Make sure you're taking it out with you. Coming up on mile marker 35. What is that, 4 miles down now? We're halfway. I'm thinking we might need to stop and have another water break here. 4 miles in, girl. You're doing good. Here. Sit. Okay, lie down. Lie down. There you go. Good girl. We had no snacks this time, just a little bit of a water break is all it was. I double checked the Google map again, try to get a bearing on how far we've gone and how far we got left. And we have done 4.4 miles. So that means we have 4 miles to go. And yeah, we're doing pretty good, I think. Considering how warm it's been. I mean, it's not hot. It's like 80, maybe 82 degrees. There's a little breeze blowing, but not much. You know, gusts are probably 5 miles an hour right now. And I'll probably call Jen maybe around 2 miles to go. Because it's going to take her close to an hour and a half or more just to get up here, almost 2 hours. Okay, here we are to another road crossing, Canyon Park Road. Wow, look at that view. Wow, look at that view. Look at that view. I like the mailbox, little John Deere tractor mailbox thing. That's cool. That's a nice view across the valley. I need to stop off at this sign right here, take my shoe off, because damn it, I got a couple of rocks in it. That's the thing about all these trees. It's beautiful, I love the shade, and I'm thankful for that, but it blocks my view. And I know you guys can't see it, but right now we're walking past a big shed, but just beyond that is a beautiful view across fields and everything. And I can barely make it out through the trees myself, so I know you guys can't see it. You know, I have to say, I am really thankful for viewers that I have. And you guys are so awesome. I've been on channels and I've read comments on videos where people are sitting there bitching and moaning about the quality of stuff. You know, the sound quality doesn't sound right. There's too much wind noise. Your muffler's too loud. There's a guy that I watch. He owns a small business. He does a lot of engine work and, you know, lawnmowers and weed whackers and stuff like that. A lot of small engine stuff. But he also works on cars too. And people sit there and complain when he uses air guns and stuff like that, you know, like a air hammer or a whizzer wheel on a compressor, you know. And people complain about the noise of those tools that he uses. It's like, it's a shop. There's going to be those noises. You know, if you don't like the sound of it, don't watch the damn video. You know, same thing with motorcycle ride videos. Oh, there's too much wind noise in your mic. Can you cut out the wind noise? No, you can't. Okay? There's going to be wind noise when you're riding on a motorcycle. All right? If it's not the actual wind hitting the microphone, you're picking up the wind rushing by the helmet itself and the noise that it creates. And I just can't believe that people complain about that. Oh, your mufflers are too loud. You know, you should get different pipes so they're not so loud. I'm sure that channel is not going to spend $500, $600, $700, $800 on new pipes just because you think they're too loud. But I tell you, I rarely ever get complaints like that. You know, walking through the woods, wind blows over the microphone or something, or complaints that I'm breathing heavy or something like that. It's like, this is part of life. This is part of getting out and doing the stuff. You know, the wind blows. I have to breathe. You know, if you don't like it, don't watch. I just find it amazing that people watch that, but then they complain about it. Well, I watched an episode of Sons of Anarchy, and they were riding down the road, and they were talking, and I didn't hear any wind noise. Well, that's production TV. I'm just glad that my viewers aren't like that. I really am. You guys are awesome. You're very supportive. I've gotten, I think in the past couple of weeks, probably about a dozen or so, you know, good job type comments, and that's so nice to hear. Look at that, mile marker 36. Yay! Oh, here's a little break in the trees. Look at that. That nice big hill out there in the background. Nice, nice, nice. Thank you for opening that up. Okay, came up into the crossing of Highway Y. So we've actually been walking with this road alongside of us for quite a while. Again, look at that view over there. Wow. That's really nice. Oh. Not long after crossing Highway Y, got this nice little bench over here. Oh, look at that view. They cleared all this out. Oh, look at that view. Nice. So how you guys been enjoying the hike with Missy? Do you guys like seeing her every once in a while? I'm not trying to make her a focus of the video, but I do want to show her every once in a while. She's a very beautiful dog. Very friendly and polite, very smart. So, do you guys mind seeing her every once in a while like this? Make a comment down below. I really want to know. Do you guys like seeing Missy during a hike? Okay, here we come up onto another mile marker. This one's 37, guys. 5.3 miles today. So we are at the max of what Missy has usually done. About 5.5 is the longest mileage she has done in a single walk. She's doing good. She really is. I think maybe in another half mile or so, we'll probably stop and take another water break. I'll give her some food too. Yeah, her breath's not really hot. And her belly's not hot either. I mean, it's warm, but it's not hot. So I think all in all, she's doing good. But I think she's getting tired. She's got about, 2 3/4 miles to go yet. So we might sit here for a while and really rest up. So we just got done with our break, and Missy's just like anxious and ready to go, and she's like kind of pulling on her lead a little bit and stuff. And you know, so if you're worrying about her being tired and can't go on and stuff, no, she laid down for like 10 minutes, and then she was up and standing and looking around and whimpering, you know, kind of saying, "Come on, Dad, let's go. I want to go. I want to go." I had a couple of bicyclists go by, a couple of girls, and as they went flying past, they're like, "Oh, pretty dog." I get those comments all the time. She is a very pretty dog. And even when we're out walking the sidewalks and stuff in Beloit, you know, we'll be just walking along and people will scream it out their window, "I like your dog." It's like, okay, thanks. It's always fun to hear. I like it. She is a very pretty dog. Here's something for you guys to ponder. I was talking to my friend Berto the other day, and we went to a fast food restaurant for lunch. This restaurant has a, what do they call them, like an Impossible burger, you know, where it's a vegetable patty, so it's a vegetarian burger. I understand why people want to be vegetarian. It's not always about, you know, not killing animals or anything like that. They do it as a health choice. And I totally understand that. You know, if you want to be vegetarian, you go right ahead and be vegetarian. I like meat, so I'm going to keep eating it. Berto and I were talking. It's like, you know, how good are those burgers? I mean, they've had to process those vegetables to such an extent to make them taste like meat that is there any actual nutritional value left in those vegetables? And then the other thing I was thinking about, they're always trying to come up with these vegetarian meat imitation things. Chicken and beef. I think I've even seen imitation pork. But never, ever have I ever seen someone wanting to take their meat and say, "I want my steak to taste like a carrot," or "I want my burger to taste like tomato," or I've never once heard anyone do that. But yet the vegetarian people are constantly pushing for vegetables to be tasting like meat. It's like, you know, if you want your vegetables to taste like meat, just eat the meat. It's so much easier and probably healthier for you. So I thought that was funny, you know, just I want my steak processed to the point where it tastes like a carrot. Said absolutely nobody in the world. Okay guys, here I am. I'm at mile marker 38. Hello.
Hi there.
How you guys doing?
Good.
Good girl, Missy. Good girl, yeah. Well, at least Missy got to see a couple of dogs on the trail. Okay, so the good news is I got a call from Jen. She is coming to pick me up. So that's all set. The bad news is I'm only maybe a mile and a half away from Dodgeville. So I'm kind of just lollygagging a little bit. I really don't want to go too fast. Missy is just walking out in front of me. It's like, "Come on, Dad, let's go. Come on, Dad, let's go." But at the end of the trail, I was looking on Google Maps and said that there's a Subway across the street. So I told Jen just to meet me at the Subway. I tell you, ever since we got away from Highway 12 and 18, it's just been so pleasurable, so quiet, so shaded and comfortable. The breeze blows through every once in a while. Yeah, it's been nice. It really has. Not a lot of wildlife, but I've seen quite a few people. Maybe 10 to 12 or so. I didn't actually count this time. But yeah, I saw 2 people almost right away. You know, within the first half mile or so. I went a long time without seeing anybody. And of course, now that I'm getting closer to Dodgeville, which is actually a pretty good city, you know, good sized, I'm seeing more and more people. Yeah, you being a good girl, huh? You being a good girl? Yes, you are, aren't you? All right, I gotta do this. I've been staring at this corn all day long going, wow, look how tall it is. I want you guys to see this. Look at that. I'm about as tall as the short stuff here on the very edge of the field. The stuff just a couple of rows in are over my head by probably 2-3 feet at least. So if you ever hear or remember hearing any of those news broadcasts about kids that got lost in a cornfield, okay, I could get lost in that. So yeah, don't ever mock anybody or make fun of them because they got lost in a cornfield, because it will happen. Missy, what did we find? What did we find? Huh? We found mile marker 29. Yes, that is right. We are only a mile away from the end. And again, I'm just lollygagging. I'm in no hurry. I don't even know if Jen's left the house yet, and it's going to be almost a 2-hour drive for her to get up here. I already mentioned that I've seen maybe a dozen people or so. I've probably seen another 5 as I've gotten even closer to Dodgeville. Bugs, lots of grasshoppers, especially when we were walking along Highway 12 and 18. Just grasshoppers everywhere. Flies, of course. Some swarms of gnats, not a whole lot. Not a whole lot of mosquitoes either. The worst I ever had was when I was standing by the corn just down the trail getting a rock out of my shoe. The trail conditions, very nice, very well groomed, dry. I mean, a little damp in places where the shadows are pretty heavy. And we had rain 3 days ago, and the trail is still a little damp. A light breeze today, and I was able to feel it at times, so that was nice. What else do I want to talk about? Elevation. This is an old train line. What elevation? No big rocks, boulders, roots in the way. Bring you guys back when I actually reach the end. Yes, we are going to reach the end. A 40-mile trail. We've covered the whole thing. Love it. All right, here we are. I don't see anything posted as far as a road name here, and it might just be a driveway. But you can see the sign there, Department of Natural Resources in Dodgeville. So cool. This is a place you can park. Of course, there's the informational kiosk right there. That's where you pay your biking, rollerblading, and all the other fines associated to using these trails. If you hike it, there's nothing to pay. It's free to use. But if you bike on it, roller skate on it, snowmobile on it, you got to have a license to do that. Oh, there are restrooms inside. I need a restroom. Okay, well, we sat there at that nature bureau and literally just laid on the ground for a little while. And of course, Missy's like, come on, I want to go, I want to go, I want to go. She's whimpering and whining, and I don't know what her problem is. I just could not get her to calm down. Now, this does not drop you off in the downtown of the city. We are on the north side of the city. So, yeah, don't think that you're going to be down in the main downtown area, because you're not. But we got a A&W here. Haven't been to an A&W in a long time. We got a Sunex gas station up ahead to the left, and the Subway, which is across the street. But I do want to thank you guys so much for coming along on this journey, and I hope you've been following the whole run of videos. This will be the 4th video in the Military Ridge series. I know I enjoy making them for you guys, and as always, I want to tell you guys, I do not do this to show off. I do not do this to say, oh, look what I did, look what I can do. My whole thing is just to inspire you to get out, try new food, find new trails, ride new roads. That's what my channel is all about. It is not to show off or make myself feel empowered or anything like that, but just to give you a glimpse of what you can do if you actually just go out and look and experiment and try things. That's it, guys. That's all I'm here for. Oh, wait. Look at that. Look at that right there. Mile marker 40. Awesome. Of course, right in the middle of closing out my video, my battery died. So, good thing too, though. I had to cross that busy road, and I'd rather just concentrate on that than worry about talking to the camera. But I do want to thank you guys so much for coming along, enjoying the adventure and hiking the Military Ridge Trail with me. And that's what I'm inspiring you to do, is just to go out and do something different, find something new. Okay? Well, this is Mark saying thanks again for watching, and I think Missy's going to sleep real good tonight. I'll see you guys on the road. Bye. Up. There we go.